Welcome to St. Crowley, home of the Undercouncil. Jeremiah is waiting in the hallway as you guys leave the room. Did you find anything of use?
Not in this room, but we have a couple of other ideas, but left my notes in the van, so I need to go and grab them real quick.
Oh, okay. Do you need help finding anything else on the grounds?
Was there a particular favorite place that Delilah liked playing? Did she go somewhere whenever she wanted to get away from everyone? Did she have like a favorite tree house or something like that?
Not that I can remember, but some other member of the family might know. You are trying to locate her ghost, aren't you?
Yes. What have there been any things that you consider possible hauntings in the area?
Well, we have Benjamin, my son. He can manipulate the energies of death. He's a Moros, a necromancer, and he hasn't mentioned anything to me. Generally speaking, we don't just let ghosts haunt our houses.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so, but I'm just wondering if maybe there was a spot that got overlooked, and since maybe she was the only person who ever went there, no one noticed there was a haunting.
It's possible.
I mean, this is a very large piece of property.
Yes. Well, there is the garden. She had a favorite spot, I think, somewhere near the pond. Benjamin could probably tell you better than I. He's about Delilah's age.
Okay. Out of character, this is daylight, right?
Yes, it's about 4 p.m.
Have they said anything about Cass?
They might not have noticed that Cass is a vampire.
I completely forgot about that little potential issue.
It appears that Jeremiah doesn't have much proficiency with the death arcana of magic, and that's how he would primarily figure out that Casimir is a vampire.
Yeah. Neil thinks to himself about the potential dangers of a mage specializing in death, noticing there is someone who is undead but still, walking in daylight. So,
and out of character, since being a vampire, I'm not in tune with spirit vision or magic as much as werewolves are, mages are. I don't take this into account.
So Neil speaks up and says, "Hey, Victor and Hammond, can you guys take Tyler and go to the garden and see what you guys can find? Talk to Benjamin for me. Yeah. Me and Cass, I'm gonna go back to my van, check the notes, see if there's anything else we may have left there. You know how unorganized I can be sometimes."
Yeah.
Jeremiah speaks up. Yeah, young Benjamin. He's usually out in the gardens himself. Actually, he likes to paint. He's I'm gonna be honest here. He's a little emo.
Additionally, out of character, I am a vampire, but I am able to walk during the daylight due to a special relic called the Gauntlet of the Ruby Star, an artifact we acquired in previous sessions that allows vampires to be present in sunlight. However, I'm unable to use any of my superhuman abilities.
He's basically weaker than a human of equivalent stats would be.
Yes.
The mechanical details of that are that Casimir is unable to spend any vitae during daylight hours while the gauntlet is in effect. Vitae is used to power most of a vampire's abilities. In addition to this, all of his mundane die pools are capped at his humanity value, humanity being a morality or integrity stat, which determines basically how much of yourself you've lost to the vampire's inner hunger and monstrosity.
Which is currently at 6.
And the normal max for a human is 5.
6 on a 1 to 10 scale. 1 being the lowest.
Oh wait, no, it's your whole die pool, so that's your stat plus your skill.
Right.
Yeah, so you are probably significantly weaker than most humans at things they're good at.
I am.
Yeah.
I am.
This gauntlet took almost like 2 months of sessions to acquire, and we were planning a giant heist, and eventually we just kind of bought it with the help of the director and Elsa. And we bought a gun. We pissed off a whole lot of people. A bunch of ghouls tried to kill us.
We had to protect it from a heist.
Yeah, we had to protect it from the heist because someone took our idea and tried stealing from the winners.
So, shenanigans. Like you do.
Fun fact, that is also the first time Victor almost died.
Every time there's been
It is also the first session that Victor was in.
So that was only like a week ago in game, because we had to wait for him to heal for a week. Then he almost died a day later, and the director said screw it and healed him.
There was also the time a piece of a building fell on him.
Totally got sandwiched.
Oh wait, no, that's what made him wait for the whole week. He got wounded, then the building fell on him, then we waited the week.
Then a rat bit out my jugular.
A very big rat.
I've had a very difficult time with this, guys. All right, let's keep going.
It's been a lot of fun for everyone involved.
All right, so we're pretty much 2 groups now. We have Cass and Neil going back to the van to speak with Avenger, and we have the rest of the group going to the garden to speak with Benjamin and seeing if there are any ties to Delilah in the garden.
All right, let's go ahead and handle the garden scene first. So that will be Tyler, Benjamin, Hector, Hammond, and Victor in that scene. So who is going to be playing Hector for the scene? One of you 2 guys?
Neil is.
Okay, so Neil's player, Johnny, will be playing Hector for this scene. I'll be playing Tyler and Benjamin in this scene. All right. Jeremiah leads you guys down to the gardens, where a short distance away you see a young man, probably about 20, 21 years old, with dark, long hair that he wears back in a ponytail, splashing some paint on a canvas.
We loudly hear Linkin Park blaring from his earbuds.
He is listening to music, and you hear some kind of prog rock emo shit.
Hey, hello.
It doesn't appear that he can hear you because of the earbuds.
I walk in front of what he's painting.
Paint him like one of your French girls.
He looks up at you in surprise and pulls his earbud. Oh, hello.
Nice to meet you. I'm Victor.
I'm Ben. How are you?
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm also.
Did y'all 2 just shake hands?
Yes.
Yes, they shook hands. I'm also good. Who are all of you?
We
people?
are the Undercouncil.
The what?
Sure.
Hammond, what the fuck's the Undercouncil? I'm still new at this. Hector, what is it? What do we do?
The Undercouncil is the group that is put together in times of emergency in order to ensure the safety of St. Crowley.
Hammond just kind of stares at him for a moment because he's pretty sure they explained this part to him at least.
It's a time of emergency. What's going on?
We're investigating a mutual friend, your cousin Delilah's murder.
Oh, Delilah.
Yeah. Your dad said you knew where she used to hang out when she was a kid?
Of course he did. Jeremiah would.
Yeah, that son of a bitch. Me and him are about the same age.
I'm thinking Victor can relate really well to the
So
fuck you, Dad.
You're investigating Delilah's murder.
Actually, me and my dad
said, but
pretty cool.
you're the Undercouncil. You are put together in times of emergency. I'm a little confused. I'm sorry.
Your cousin was supposed to be part of our group. Something happened to her, obviously.
You do realize that currently the balance of power in St. Crowley is amiss, with the vampires controlling more
It's
than they
skewed to
should.
shit.
Is it?
It's why magic doesn't quite work correctly.
Oh, I hardly noticed.
You don't get how much.
Is he being sarcastic, out of character?
Actually, in character, because we make a perception roll for that.
Make a wits and empathy roll.
Oh, jeez, Hector is terrible at this. It's a skill down at the bottom in social.
You're very socially incompetent.
What'd you say, manipulation?
Wits and empathy.
Don't know shit. Victor got 0 successes.
Hector got a single success on a die pool of 1.
1 success. Would a likable affect this? Like he give a better impression?
No, this
No.
is trying to determine if he's being sarcastic.
Well, I know, but I mean, if he, you might.
If you got at least 1 success, you know he is being sarcastic.
Okay.
Oh, I hadn't noticed.
Hector looks at him sternly and says, "Well, the vampires are the reason why other people have noticed."
What other people? Look,
I take out my...
that you're here
Just answer
for
the questions.
some kind of help.
Yes, we're looking for places that have strong ties to Delilah.
You trying to establish some kind of sympathy, or
We're trying to talk to her.
Tyler here. Tyler, explain.
yeah. So Tyler's on. Introductions made. So I see dead people and dead stuff. And that's kind of what I do. So, like, we're trying to figure out if she left behind some feathers or something, so we can talk to her ghost. All right, you gonna help us out here, kid? Maybe her favorite rock or something still has some of her resonance. I don't know. Yeah, there's probably a place like that. The old gazebo across the pond. But I'll warn you, I haven't sensed anything there. I'm that kind of witch. Yeah, well, that's cute and everything, kid, but show us where the gazebo is.
Burn.
Yeah, okay, fine, whatever.
Out of character, what exactly was he painting at? Or what was he painting? Hammond's looking out of curiosity.
He was painting a duck, and it was actually pretty good.
What kind of duck?
Nice duck there, friend.
A mallard?
A mallard. Yeah, I was just doing some wildlife character studies.
You're very good at it.
Thanks. Right, well, it's this way. He walks off.
Out of character, do I see the bright light still, or is it like a different color? Okay, so it's... Mages are just bright lights.
Yep, bright
Okay.
lights.
His is the darkest bright light you've ever seen. So we follow after him.
To the gazebo.
I think you can find it from here. He motions towards the gazebo, a couple of dozen yards away.
Is there a pond?
Yes, there's a pond.
How deep is the pond?
I don't know. You're not fucking in the pond.
Don't fuck in the pond. It's got a lot of diseases and shit, especially if there's turtles.
Curse splash. He's in the pond.
Seriously?
No.
Okay.
Let's go.
I'm gonna go back to my painting.
You do that.
I will. He walks off.
He is currently motioning that he wishes to shoot the child in the head.
We're the same age. Okay, we're not a child.
They're both children.
I forgot to ask, you guys did leave the shotguns in the van, right?
Fuck no.
I mean, I left mine. I have my machete and pistol.
Wait, is Benjamin asking this or the GM?
The GM is asking this.
Yes, I left mine, but I still got my
How would
thing under my
Benjamin know
coat.
you have a van?
I don't know because he is a mage.
And if we weren't
fair
carrying
point.
the shot... Good God.
However,
It's like... So, we're here looking for any anchors Delilah may have had. Why do you need the shotguns?
They look
Never know
cool.
when you're not going to. Better have it not need it than need it not have it.
Yes, Hammond left his, but he's still armed, concealed.
on your wrist, bitch?
So let's check out this gazebo, guys. That's a weird word, gazebo.
I know, right?
The gazebo in question is painted with white paint. It's starting to flake and come off. It looks like this place has seen better days.
See anything, Tyler?
Tyler seems to concentrate for a moment. Yeah, no, there's nothing here, guys.
Anything in spirit view?
The spirit of the gazebo is watching.
I swear to God, everywhere we go, there's a spirit of some inanimate thing.
Okay, out of character. Do you think there would be anything at the bottom of the damn pond that she might have thrown down there?
Why are you asking me that out of character?
I don't know, because I don't want to make Victor an idiot and jump into a damn pond. He's already much of an idiot.
I'm the GM. I'm not just going to answer that question.
Fine, I jump into the pond. Is there anything at the bottom?
Wait, you just jump and... Okay.
Roll me wits and investigation.
Christ on sale.
So as that's happening, Hammond is looking at the
Tyler kind of
spirit.
looks askance at Victor just jumping into the pond. What the hell?
I honestly do not know. Say that.
One success.
You come back up with like one of those plastic ring things that are found around soda cans. It's stuck around your wrist.
I thought you were going to say it was stuck around my neck. Flop out of the water. Help me! This is my worst enemy!
I almost choked on my drink when he said it was around his neck.
Tyler just looked completely disturbed and disgusted as you start to retch up water as your gills turn back to lungs.
Is this anything important?
Hector does his best Avenger
And it
impression
looks
and
like-
just shakes his head and
It
disapproval.
looks like those plastic ring things that some kid was probably drinking beer out here. What the hell, Victor?
Like Hector, Hammond is doing the same impression and just shaking his head at him. Can Hammond tell what kind of spirit like the gazebo is, or is it just one of those? It's a spirit of the gazebo.
It's a spirit of the gazebo, man.
Sorry, Tyler. I didn't know if Delilah might have thrown anything in there out of anger.
You've seen a few too many movies, kid. You should, I don't know, read a book or something.
I do read.
Are you sure about that?
You're reading the wrong books, kid.
Okay.
So, the next logical step from here is what, guys? Because we're kind of running out of options.
As
Hector, Benjamin.
Tyler.
Yeah, as Tyler's talking, Hammond does his usual wolf thing that him and Neil always do and starts talking to the gazebo in some horrible language. The, what is it, the first tongue?
Yes, the first tongue, which is a tongue utilized by werewolves and spirits and spirit creatures.
He just starts looking at the gazebo and wagging his tongue, going...
So you're talking to the gazebo.
Yes, I'm asking if it remembers Delilah.
I imagine this must look hilarious to Tyler, by the way.
Of course, I sheltered her many times.
I'm remembering that the spirit of the mausoleum at the Columni siblings' home thought that their corpses were its children, so I'm going to ask the gazebo if it thought of her as its child as well.
Children? No, no children. Just visitors.
Did she visit you often?
Yes.
Do you remember the last time she visited you?
Of course.
Could you tell me what happened?
She sat beneath me and ate lunch.
Did anyone join her while she was here?
The boy that reeks of death.
How far is would Hammond know this, how far a spirit's perception is, like distance-wise?
It depends on their influences.
Well, I'm going to point towards Benjamin if it can sense him or not and ask her, do you speak of him?
Yes, the visitor.
Did he join her for lunch, or did they speak? Was there an argument or anything?
I do not know. You are talking to a gazebo, so its perception of reality is somewhat slanted.
I'm not sure if you would understand this, but if you do, were their emotions high?
No.
Do you recall a time where there ever was? Like, did she ever come upset or
Many times.
arguments with her uncle? I give a description of him in case it doesn't know familial ties.
I do not know why she was upset.
Did she ever speak to herself when she was here, or was she aware of you?
Out of character, you're just kind of grasping at straws now.
Well, I mean, that's what we got to go on.
I mean, that, and you can also, like, wait for Neil and Cass to get back, see if they have any more information.
Yeah.
All right, let's transition to Neil and Cass at the van.
As Neil's opening the doors of the van, he mentions to Cass, I'm thinking it might be a good idea if you don't ever meet this Benjamin fellow, because he'll start asking questions about why you're able to walk around in daylight.
You're right. If he has power centered around death, he'll very likely be tipped off to what I am and get very curious since I look up at the sky. We still have about 2 more hours till sunset.
Exactly. As I get in the van, and I'm going to go ahead and I get in through the side, and I close the door behind me.
I'm going to get in with you, by the way, since I'm not going to be meeting up with the rest of the group.
Yep. Avenger, we're having some trouble finding solid ties to Delilah at the house. It appears that someone has come along and removed all her fetters, just like they did at her apartment. But I'm wondering if maybe they missed an area that only Delilah knew about, that no one else did, except for maybe you as her familiar. Was there any place that Delilah often went alone that no one but you and her knew of?
Not alone. There was a place that she frequented. She brought me with her on occasion. It's a place in the city.
Would you be able to lead us there if we went back to the city?
Of course.
Okay. Thanks, Avenger. I'll let the others know.
But I doubt that she has any considerable connection to the place.
Well, is there any other place that you can maybe think of? Was there a significant other that she was possibly seeing?
Not for some time, no.
Did she go to visit her parents' grave often?
Her parents didn't leave a grave.
Neil pauses for a beat.
Doesn't seem like you're getting anything useful out of Avenger.
Can you think of any other possible suggestions, Victor? If not, I'll go back to the group and Casimir. I'm sorry. Victor is such a vampire name.
It kind of is, actually, yeah.
But okay. Well, if you don't have any ideas, then I'll go head back to the other group and bring them back here so we can go take a look at this place in the city that Avenger knows of.
I'm not terribly sure if I have any other ideas. As far as I know, apart from our apartment, I don't really have any associations with Delilah or any of her connections. Depending on what we find, we may end up having to resort to what Tyler recommended and trying to consult her soul in the underworld. Though that does seem like a uncertain proposition.
But it's beginning to lead more and more to something that we'll have to do.
Yeah.
All right, well, you stay here. I'll go and grab everyone.
All right.
Neil opens the door to the van, steps out, and then heads back towards where he thinks the garden is.
Okay. You eventually come upon the rest of your compatriots outside of a gazebo. Hammond is speaking to the gazebo in the first tongue. It is a gazebo spirit.
Does Victor look wet?
Victor looks wet.
Hammond
Moist.
mutters to himself, "What the fuck?"
Hammond mutters.
Jesus Christ, Johnny, get your shit together, man.
Also, Neil might also notice that Victor is furiously stomping a plastic rings from like beer bottles or.
I swear, between you and me, Johnny, it's like we're playing straight men to like the most cartoonish group of supernaturals I've ever seen.
People randomly having seizures, jumping into any body of disease-infested water they find.
Talking to mausoleums and gazebos.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure a few sessions ago, you and Victor were both bitching that me and Neil were talking to an obelisk.
Yeah, we're talking to nothing.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Victor and Cass cannot see the spirits that these people talk to, so it's Hammond and Neil just stop talking to us and they start mumbling in their mumbo jumbo,
Staring off vacantly with this 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah, we're literally talking to the physical body of it there, so we were staring at an obelisk.
Well, from their point of view, you look crazy.
Yes.
Yes, very
Just-
much.
So basically, me and Cass are the only normal ones, and Hector.
Relatively speaking.
Wait,
Relatively.
did you just include Victor in that? Isn't that what started this whole thing? That's what I thought. All right, so as Neil comes upon this scene, he just shakes his head. Is Benjamin around the area too?
No, he's headed back to paint.
Okay. Like, do him and Neil pass by or anything, or is he like?
No,
already
you're
way
coming
off?
from a different angle.
Okay. Neil goes up to Victor and grabs a hold of him to stop him from stomping. What the hell are you doing?
It almost killed me, bruh.
Are you like a miniature dolphin or some shit?
No. Yeah.
Just you're making a fool of yourself.
Tyler's just
stop.
staring on at all of this with a perplexed look on his face, like,
So-
what are these people doing?
I ask kind of in the direction of both Victor and Tyler. How long has Hammond been talking to the gazebo?
A few minutes now. I'm assuming there's some kind of werewolf woogly shit going on.
Yeah, but if you spent more than a couple minutes, has he come back with any information yet?
No.
Yeah, no.
It's probably a lost cause then.
He's having a good old time talking to this the gazebo.
Neil walks up and taps Hammond on the shoulder. Have you gotten any useful information from the gazebo?
I swear almost every single one of the spirits in this city is a complete waste of an existence.
I'm thinking we just don't know how to talk to spirits very well yet. And entice them. Like, did you offer any essence to it?
It doesn't seem like there's anything even useful that happened here to offer to the essence, or offer essence for.
Well, in that case, it looks like my notes say that there is a potentially other useful place that we might be able to find something, but it's further in the city. But yeah, so if we can't find anything else, did Benjamin offer any information? Did he say anything useful? Well, we can discuss it with Victor on our
Yeah,
way
he
to
was
the
he was pretty much an emo prick.
That's kind of redundant.
He that's basically it.
All right. Well, let's say our goodbyes to Jeremiah. Thank him for, letting us into his home, because that's kind of a big deal. Yeah, Neil says, do you know where Jeremiah just went off to?
No, he was still in the house.
All right, well, I'll go find him. You guys start heading towards the van.
In the meantime, while these guys are heading to the van, Casimir takes the time to speak to Avenger. He just looks at Avenger with a sense of guilt and remorse over what he's done. Says, I sense that you're aware of what happened.
Yes.
Know that what happened, I did not mean for that man to die.
I believe humans have a phrase: the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Well, I wish to know how you would see fit to absolve myself of this, as Neil has mentioned that you have for him.
There are many evils which stalk this city. There is one in particular which has aroused my interests. Justice must be done. You and Neil will be charged with seeking justice.
Where is this spirit?
I didn't say it was a spirit.
His name is Rommel.
Where is this evil?
I do not know, but I know that it last committed a crime 4 days ago in the residential district.
I will speak to Neil about pursuing this evil.
See that justice is done. Okay. You were seeking out Jeremiah in the main house, Neil.
Yes. Mayhaps if I saw Benjamin on my way back, maybe I asked him where his dad was.
Yeah, he's painting at his easel. He's got his earbuds in again.
Before I bother him, how good does his painting skills look? I should be a pretty decent judge of talent. Maybe not, not great, but just, whether he's like shitty, an amateur, or a pro.
He's pretty good. He's not a pro, but if he keeps working at it, maybe someday.
Awesome. I go ahead and...
but he's painting a fucking duck. I mean...
Well, man.
Does it have rust-colored feathers?
Yes.
Interesting. And what the hell was that noise outside?
Apparently Godzilla just rose up from the river.
Neil goes ahead and taps Benjamin on his shoulder. Hey.
Oh.
Hey. Sorry to disturb you. I was part of the group that you were talking to earlier.
Oh, that Undercouncil people?
Yeah. We're just heading out, but I wanted to say about your dad, that let him know that we're headed out, stuff like that. Do you know where he went?
Yeah, he's probably in the house.
It's a pretty big house, though.
Don't worry. He'll know you came in.
All right. Well, I like the colors on that rusty duck.
Oh,
good choice.
Thank you.
I turn around and leave him be. Back to going and paint his pictures.
Rusty duck sounds like something you would not want to look up on Urban Dictionary.
Rusty duck is a running joke of the names of inns in many of Josh's campaigns.
Yeah, I was going to say that sounds like an inn.
And terrible, terrible things happen to those inns.
Like someone performing a rusty duck.
I don't think any of them have ever lasted longer than a single session before being burnt down.
Well, we know
More or less, yes.
Benjamin's getting burnt down.
Oh, he's
painting.
emo. He might just burn his painting because someone complimented it, and he can't handle people complimenting his shit. So anyway, Neil walks into the house and he starts making his way to the front door where he was let in at, but also looking into every room along the way, seeing if he sees Jeremiah at any of them.
Jeremiah is waiting around the corner of one hallway as Neil passes. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, Neil, waves his hand in greeting and says, "Yeah, I was just looking for you. We're headed out. Unfortunately, we weren't able to find anything. It seems like all potential ties have been resolved. But there's another place that we think might have something, and if not, we'll have to resort to less desirable means. But we do appreciate you letting us into your house."
That's strange. There was nothing here at all.
Nothing? And if there was anything, it definitely wasn't anything strong enough from what Tyler told me. We did find some places where there should have been things, but like I said, it looks like someone lifted or removed it, similar to what they did at her apartment, which you said you were familiar with.
Yes. That's very strange. I would think that one of us would have sensed any kind of activity like that.
Same. I didn't notice any. I didn't notice any breach of entry. I think that's the right phrase. In Delilah's room. So they're either very skilled, and Neil just ends his sentence there.
I would be very interested to learn if you figure it out what exactly happened.
We'll definitely let you know.
Thank you for looking into this. I wasn't aware that the Undercouncil was still in operation.
It had only recently come back when it had come to light that the balance of power between the different factions of St. Crowley started to get out of whack, because things are starting to...
Yeah, those goddamn vampires.
Right. So we're trying to figure out and stop their rise to power and try to even things back out again.
I feel so persecuted.
Trying to make the city safer for everyone who lives in it, and not just for the privileged few.
Well, if you ever require further aid from the Ashcroft family, this is my cell number. He hands you a business card.
Neil goes ahead and puts the number into his phone and hands the card back to him. Thank
Right
you.
then.
It's saved on Google. I'll never lose it. Well, thanks again for your kindness and generosity. Hopefully, I'll have news to report to you soon.
Thank you.
Neil turns and heads back out the door towards the van.
I assume you're all waiting at the mystery machine.
I am.
You mean the misery machine?
Ruh-roh Raggy.
Ain't nothing but good times happening in this van.
Oh my.
There's a reason I have to clean the carpet interior more than the exterior.
And that's when we find the roofies.
I don't need to rely on that.
If this van's a rockin', we're probably being attacked by something.
And dog treats.
Avenger explains to you where it is you'll be going.